put, Gura is a beautiful countryside with awesome landscapes. If something differently would be done to the Nigerian textile industries, that our youth will be employed. Let the people that attend the church here can tell you.
Service in Holy Rosa is in
We are taking a canoe tour of the communities on the bank of River Niger in Getso. Yauri Emirate in Kebbi State is engaging the consciousness of Nigeria again. The kingdom is coming out to prove that it is an economic, cultural and tourism powerhouse that the nation cannot ignore. It is the second year of the reincarnation of its ancient and historical regatta festival. The festival is emerging as a bold and credible outlet to etch the memory of the emirate to the whole nation and to the people of the world, who value the transformational role of culture and tourism as tools of global unity and understanding. There is one thing peculiar with the concept of this regatta festival in Yauri. It is an initiative to align the people of the area with their cultural heritage and with great potentialities nature has so generously endowed to them, which they have not been tapping to full advantage. It is a call to arms for the people to find means to economic prosperity and future, and to educate them against waiting for government, where they have everything they need to be self-sufficient and proud. The beauty of this initiative is that it is not driven by government. Traditional institutions in the north are now mobilizing their people to economic and cultural awareness, where dependence and despair are removed.
We have a crop of leaders who have seen the potentials of culture development for this country. The era of government employment is over. People are trying to reinvent themselves within the context of their social and cultural setting. And it is not a surprise that what we are seeing. Like in Yauri here, His Royal Highness the Emir of Yauri, being a 2 times Vice Chancellor of the university, when he came back and became the Emir, he decided to reinvent our cultural way of life. And some of these cultures date as far back as 200, 300 years.
In context, Yauri Regatta Festival is a display of the complex mix of the rich economic possibilities of the area and the root to its enhancement, and the beauty and pleasant diversity of their people and their environment. Regatta in Yauri is a non-stop entertainment. It is education for the people as well. It is built around their environment. This environment is a surprise package. Definitely not anything you know of the conventional geography of northwestern Nigeria. Yauri, by way of emphasis, has a 350-kilometer stretch of River Niger to itself. There are over 300 communities along that river stretch. These communities enjoy a marine life in their agriculture, their travels, their cultural engagement, and their folklore. More than anything, the soil of Yauri Emirate allows for cultivation of wide variety of crops, fruits and vegetables that you do not find anywhere in the far north. These exceptional features of the Emirate give the Regatta Festival its coloration. Within the last 2 years since its revival, the festival is also an engagement with the government, with the entrepreneurs, with the private sector on the way to enhance their cultural activities and improve their economic base. Somehow, the Emirate believe there are rough edges that need to be sharpened to take full benefit of their endowment. It is no surprise that Yauri Regatta Festival this year begins with an agri show. No such show took place last year. Now this agri show is a master class. It is an exhibition of authenticity, beauty and class. A clear and uninterrupted view of the exotic delivery of Yauri soil and environment is open and montage in this mock display by Seriki Noma Nyawuri and his group. There are over 100 varieties of crops, fruits and vegetables on show at this arena. I like it when the Emir of Yauri himself visited several of the stands and appreciated the scope of what was on display. It is perhaps an issue to say that the people of Yauri Emirate are large-scale producers of sorghum, millet, beans, soya beans and such like crops. What is an issue if they are also large-scale producers of cassava and yam? Now, the soil in the northwest does not support cultivation of yam, except in selected areas in southern Kaduna. There are pockets of areas in the region too that cultivate cassava, but not in a large scale, barring Goram area in Jigawa State. But Yauri is a hotspot for cassava and yam cultivation. While still on the subject, we have before made a point that the people of Yauri cultivate rice 3 times a year. But whoever knows that they cultivate groundnut 4 times a year? Amazing by all means.
From the northern part of the country, I came from Borno State, Yobe. Groundnut is produced once in a year and is usually produced under the rainy season. But now we find a situation whereby you produce groundnuts under irrigation and then it matures in less than 3 months. Then you can have 4 seasons of groundnut, 4 croppings of groundnut in a year. I think this is the major takeaway from this agricultural show.
Fishing is an all-year-round activity in Yauri. And of course, different varieties of fish caught in their waters are on the stands. They are of various sizes and of forms. Their amphibians are also on display, giant tortoises and crocodiles. Apart from their aesthetic values, these displays also portray how their waters support various species of aquatic and semi-aquatic lives. There are livestock too, sheep and goats, rams and cows, chickens and donkeys, all indigenous Yauri, all on show. Crucially too, are wildlife that are found in the forests of the emirate, the antelopes especially. In fruits and vegetables, Yauri made a name for onion cultivation and for oranges and mangoes. For centuries, the people of Yauri ferry onions to markets in Onitsha by canoe. They still do, to markets nationally, but by lorries. In essence, the message around this agricultural show is that there is immense agricultural potentialities in Yauri Emirate, but these potentials are not well tapped. The show is a distant expose to partners on what is available and how they can come in and support it. On show at the festival is a locally fabricated tractor mounted with the plow and capable of farm works. There are modern and traditional farm implements too, all on show. The Agri Show at Yauri Regatta Festival is a pleasant addition to what happened last year. I must confess though, it is not the only pleasant addition. Breathtaking wrestling matches were part of the festival this year. Wrestling is an integral part of the cultural expression in many communities in the north, especially those in close proximity with the Nigerian Republic, like Yauri is by virtue of River Niger. It is a sports entertainment and it features more prominently after harvest, when the crops are home. It has wide acceptance across most of northern Nigeria, and it is simply a showbiz. Most villages and communities do have wrestling teams, and it is common for one wrestling group from a particular village to visit another for competitions or for prize money. In most cities of the north, wrestling features as a must-watch sport in selected arenas and with large attendance. Historically, the old northwestern state, of which Yauri is part, has developed a tradition of prize fights through local boxing dembe and wrestling kokawa. The tradition is still alive. Usually, when competitions like this one in Yauri is taking place, messages spread fast across the wrestling community in Nigeria and Niger Republic for a day together. It features in all categories. This competition in Yauri has wrestlers from all neighborhoods, including Niger. There is yet a new popular culture emerging in most parts of the north now, and which Yauri shares with most part of the region. Perhaps in response to absence of white-collar jobs and the call for diversification, northern youth have found new expression in music and dance. They have wide acceptance because in many respects, they work in local languages. Their messaging is within context of the understanding of the people, with the themes reflecting occasions, themes of love, toil, and changing times, all engage them. Dedicated to this musical group at Yauri Regatta to the admiration of the people. They sang and danced, extolling the revival of Yauri Regatta and Cultural Festival and the effort of the Emir of Yauri in ensuring it works. But Yauri Regatta and Cultural Festival thrives in the preservation of people's tradition and culture and showcasing it to the world. There is beauty and excellence in the culture of the people of Yauri Emirate. Yauri is a wonderful diversity as much in its natural endowment as with its ethnic composition. When the spirit of the dancer was invoked on a particular Friday during the festival, the emirate laid bare the artistic beauty of its people to the world. It was a morning of unadulterated dance and songs. More than 30 cultural troops from all over the emirate marched past to commence an epic performance that was a pleasure to watch.
In Yauri, the troops are ready and they are set true. It is the cultural and dance festival of the Yauri Regatta Cultural Festival. Today, Yauri, in all its cultural diversity, is out to show the world what it has in terms of dances, in terms of songs, in terms of ethnic diversity, and the kind of unity and peace that exists within this diversity. It is Yauri out to show to the world what it has in secret, which it now wants to expose to the world.
It will be a great crime against culture if I fail to make a statement about a special group in Yauri Emirate, the Kambaris. These are an agricultural community found mostly in Ngaski local government area. They always stand out in a society where modernity turns people's culture upside down. They remain true to theirs, always simple, always humble, and always unwavering in their commitment to their traditions. They make over 70% of the dance troops at the cultural festival in Yauri. There are over 7 dialects of Kambari in Yauri Emirate, intelligible to one another, but showing manifest differences in tonality. Kambari dances are always thematically authentic. They reflect the reality of their daily lives. Dances when harvest is done, when taking a bride home, or when the wedding ceremony is intense. Some life is unfolding in the deep recesses of Kambari settlements in Yauri Emirate.
Kambari idan an kawo amfanin gona gida a shekara ya yi kyau sai fito fage a dinga rawa ana zagayawa mata da maza.
It is documented that when the Kambari really are in the spirit of the dance, they often forget to carry a top. The show here is watered to allow for synergy with the other dancers. They never do forget their unique adornment though, which stand them out still. There are other top-class performances in the afternoon from groups within and outside the Yauri Emirate. It was a master class. That Nigerian ethnic groups resident across the Emirate feel deeply accommodated. They are always an integral part of the Emirate system and the regatta. They bring the fresh diversity to the afternoon.
Life is very good in Yauri because after the war 1960, Igbo people have been residing in Yauri and we have never witnessed anything called violence. We live in a peaceful coexistence among each other.
And today you are part of the dance, you are part of the song, the culture. You are almost Yauri now.
We are part of the cultural means due to we are all born in Yauri. We grew up in Yauri, so Yauri is just like our hometown.
The water side of Yauri was the boiling point of all activities of the festival activities. There is an almost real attachment between the people of Yauri and their water.
When nature decides to put River Niger on the highway of Yauri Emirate, it is meant perhaps to hypnotize them. In fact, the spirit of the people of Yauri Emirate is always high when they see the River Niger. Well, why not? There is a kind of symbiotic relationship that exists between them. It allows them to do their agriculture, to do their fishing, rice cultivation, onion cultivation. And usually, when it is dry season, when the river is full, it also evolves the spirit of entertainment. It is dance and songs like no other on the river side of Yauri as River Niger flows past.
Sarki da sauran jama'a suka zo za mu isar da
The water side gives massive leverage for the regatta and water sports take place. But the most critical significance of the water side on the day was the participation of key state and national stakeholders who have the capacity to push the vision and mission of the regatta and cultural festival to greater heights, token of the critical partnership and relationship that is required. As a matter of fact, the effort of the planners of this festival are gaining acceptance as the turnout this year supersede the experience of the pilot year.
Well, from my own point of view, one of the most fascinating aspects of regatta is the collective empathy of the people of Yauri Emirate. They always identify with the Emirate Council. In fact, they understand the good intention of the Emir of Yauri and his continuous effort to ensure that they have an economic viability and they have a sustainable economic system. For that reason, at all times, in fact, throughout the days when this regatta is going on, the people are always full. Crowd control is always an issue. In fact, the crowd can be overwhelming. Now, look at an example. There are over 100 riverine communities in Yauri Emirate. And when there is ever there is a festival, you can see them coming in their canoes and in their numbers, just to come and empathize.
Despite various changes to create space and allow people to enjoy the festival with ease, the space created collapsed in the face of overwhelming attendance. People literally stand on water to watch. There was high voltage dance performance on the riverside on the day to hypnotize the arena. Canoeing for men and women is a major feature of the riverside sports on the day.
Alaji Lai Mohammed, you are also welcome. The Sugun ladies and gentlemen, the first race is almost over. The first canoes arrived at the bank of the river. The second position, sauran sun garzazo suka kai a baya suna abu da mata ne suke wannan aiki kamar yadda kuke gani ba maza ba don ka sani ko cikin mata akwai jarumai ga wata ranta kawo mata hari ana rigan gata ba sauran ne zai isa a ganga ya zama na gaba ana jami'a da kanu wanda matuƙa guda biyu cikin jami kusan dai ga suna sa iso a lokacin ɗaya.
There is also swimming for boys and girls. The regatta featured a scenario which works in real life. A canoe caravan taking a new bride to her home. The flotilla was literally a festival of color and elegance, cruising around the eternal river. When the trippers terminate, the bride is taken before the guest with all the paraphernalia of a traditional bride. Yauri Regatta and Cultural Festival should not be spoiled by speech. They are important highlights though. One theme that keeps recurring is the need for the federal government to pursue the dredging of River Niger from Lokoja to Baru and from Baru to Yauri. The endeavor will allow for the setting of unprecedented social and economic activities along the river channels that turn around the future of the country. At the festival rounds of this year, Yauri can be rest assured her efforts stimulates national and international interest, and the goal she crossed for may begin to fall in place earlier than expected.